10 minutes presentation. Me, I am Alessandro Iania, and she is...
I am Antonina Leggio.
We'll bring you through part of the amazing experience we are having this year here at MIB. It's going to be a 10 minutes presentation, so it's not going to take long, don't worry. I'm going to use the arrows. No. It's not in the time, right? This. So I have to use this? Yes. 11 minutes, right?
Do you want to put that here? There's the...
Yeah, I can manage.
There's a roll. There's
questo.
Does it work?
Oh no! Oops.
Oh, it works. Okay. So it's going to be a 9 minutes presentation, and it's going to be divided into 4 parts. So we are briefly going to talk about who we are. Then we are going to tell you something about the master we are attending, the MBA, and in particular about one of the modules, that is the module of leadership dynamic. One of the challenges we have to carry out as part of this module, and at the end of the presentation, we are going to present you a charity project. Let's start. Who we are. That's our class this year, MBA 29. So I'm aware of the fact that in 8 months, we look like 5 years older. It's a demanding master. So I'm going to help you out. That's me, and that's my colleague, Antonina. I'm a mathematical engineer, and I'm trying to quit. So like MBA 29 is kind of my rehab. And Antonina is a project manager. As I said, one of the core modules that make MIB MBA stand apart from other MBA that there are in the market is the heavyweight that has the module of leadership dynamic. If we had to define leadership, we might define it like the ability to positively influencing the context. Julia before mentioned Tim Baxter. He's not here today, and I decided it was fair enough to dedicate him a slide. So one of the professors of leadership dynamic is Tim Baxter. That is this guy. And he uses to challenge us and to make us do simulation. And once he sees us failing, telling us stuff like, here, being average is not enough. Just no pressure, right? So, I think he's trying to kind of brainwashing us this year, okay? Like, guys, life is about losing equilibrium and getting it back. And that's why this year, before June, you all must be able to walk through a 10-meter slack line. Okay, I didn't really get the link. Anyway, 4 of us managed to do it. It was one of the challenge he threw at us. That's me. That's one of the 4 people that managed actually to walk through the slack line till now. So we're going to have 2 busy weeks falling off of that orange slack line. And probably because of the fact that only 4 of us managed to walk through, we didn't really bite off. Okay, this balance thing with this parallel, we still are not very sure about that. What we did bite off is that we are what we share. So we are here because we all share something. We are MIB alumni, and probably we all had some privileges for being here. And Tim managed to convince us about the importance of acknowledge these privileges and give something back to the community we belong. He persuaded us that giving something back and working to make someone else happy, you might get some happiness back. So we accepted, we were glad to accept this challenge, and we found ourselves, our MBA class, gathering and collecting ideas and sharing ideas about how to give back to the community. And that's actually where my colleague Antonina stepped in, because we did say that she's a project manager. What we did not say is that she was a project manager in Tanzania. She'd been working for an ONG, and actually, before being an MBA candidate, she did of giving back to the community her job. So that's when she stepped in, and that's when I leave her the floor.
Okay. Thank you, Alessandro. So my name is Antonina, but nobody call me Antonina. Everybody call me Nina. And oops. So I'm Nina. I will introduce a little bit myself. So after my bachelor degree, I decided to apply for the Civil Service International for an NGO, and they accepted my application. So I went to Tanzania for 1 year to work for this project, Mkomanile Craft. And I spent my first year to work for this project. And after 1 year, my NGO asked me, why don't you continue to work for us? And I continued to work there in Tanzania for an agriculture project the second year. Then the third year, they asked me, why don't you continue to stay there? And they asked me to manage a project in zootechnical sector. So honestly, I don't know anything about tailoring agriculture and zootechnical stuff. So it was quite challenging, but it was an amazing experience to spend 3 years in the rural areas in Tanzania. So, and in this picture, I am on the truck because I was working these are the women of the project, and we organized an event for St. Valentine's Day, and was called Break the Chain, is awareness against domestic violence. And 2 days before St. Valentine's Day, they passed to my home with this truck. And they say, okay, let's go to advertise the event, because there is no internet connection, so you cannot share your event on Facebook or Instagram. So I discovered that this is the way how they advertise the event. So we went around the rural area, around the village, to advertise the event, Break the Chain. So Mkomanile Craft was my first project, was my first love in Tanzania. So, again, sorry. So for this reason, I proposed this project to my class this year for the MIB in the community. So it's a women empowerment project. So we know that in that area, the gender inequality is a big issue. So they don't have right, they cannot be economically independent. Anyway, they found a way, because at the end of the month, when I had to pay the salary, sometimes they tell me, don't give me the entire salary, because I don't want to bring all salary to my husband, because keep, please, a part of the salary anyway, so I can buy, I don't know, a dress or a bag, no, without pass by my husband, because he will not accept. So, okay, I kept sometimes their money. So when they need, I give to them. So the project was born in 2011, but in the NGO, COPE, in 2008, they started to arrange a tailoring course. This course lasted 3 years. So in 2011, we asked them, why don't we start to do a cooperative? No? So what we have learned, we can sell your product in order to grow economically. They started, they accepted. So after several years, so they started that they were only 7 women, and now in 2011, they are 23. And during the years, we helped them to found some shop where they could sell their product in order to grow economically. So why should you help us? So if you are still here, you know that what does in MIB spirit, as our Pilotto said. So the importance. No, he apologized. No, he apologized because he cannot be here. He told us that I'm sorry that I cannot attend. But so the importance of help each other, the importance to share experience, the importance to share the knowledge. So the topic wasn't MBA 29, the community, but was MIB in the community. So for this reason, we asked to join, and I really thank you, Dorina, that gave us this opportunity this year. And so this is And how you can do it, we prepare a box. So if you want, you can contribute to our cause, and the money that we will collect, the amount will be used to buy some sewing machine for the women in the project, and then all the implementation of the activity we will share on the Facebook page and in Alumni Association page. So thank you for your attention. I hope that I did 10 minutes, and enjoy your day.
So thank you, Nina. Thank you, Alessandro. The presentation was very good, and you stayed really in the 90 minutes, 10 minutes. What I want to say is that maybe they can contact you if somebody wants to make a bank transfer as a donation and not